Good morning, guys. This is Kicks.com, and today we're going to talk about the Air Jordan 5 Anthracite. Now, the shoe's coming out on the 6th of February, and it's going to cost about $190. And quickly before I get into it, I just want to show you a quick video of it, and then we're going to talk about how many pairs were made, and we're going to talk about resale and where to get the shoe. So the first thing I want to show you is a quick look at it quickly.
Go.
Now let's talk about how many pairs were made, resell, and then where to buy it. So the first thing we're going to do is we need to know who's getting the shoe, and we're going to set up some assumptions as usual, and then we're going to find our numbers. So the first thing that I know is this, like the major chains that are getting it are Foot Locker, is going to be in store, Hibbett, and then East Bay online. That's for the major chains, and for the minor boutiques and retailers, you have Extra Butter, Bait, and Size. So far, this is the only people that I know that are getting the shoe for sure. So now, the hardest part now is like setting up the assumptions. So what I did this morning is I went through the Foot Locker app to try to figure out who's getting it at Foot Locker. And there's only one location that I found in Los Angeles. So that's only one store. So that's going to make this shoe is like really probably limited. And we're going to see that in a little bit. So the assumption that I said is this, like I said, Foot Locker and East Bay are going to get about a third of the total inventory. Then Hibbett and the rest of the stock is like Extra Butter, Bait, Size. They're also going to split another 1/3. And then Nike sneakers is also going to get a third. So that's basically 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3, which is the total of total shoes made. Basically, this is what I did. Now the next thing is this, like this is the hardest part. Like how many pairs is Foot Locker gonna get? At first I was like, oh, probably like 1,000 pairs. Then I thought about it. I'm like, nah, that's not possible. I think it's gonna be 500 pairs because it's only one store. So 500 pairs for Foot Locker, and then for East Bay, I'm gonna give them a half of what Foot Locker is getting. So then we can find our numbers. This is gonna be pretty quick. So for Foot Locker, it's gonna be 500 pairs, and then for East Bay, it's gonna be 250. And then on the total from Foot Locker and East Bay is going to be 750. You add these two up. And then the next thing is, since we assume that this is a third of the total production, so the total will be 750 times 3, which is 2250. Now, this is based on my assumptions. So because of possible errors that I'm going to make, probably, I'm going to assume that the total number made is going to be anywhere between 2250 and then 3,000 pairs. And I don't think that's like bad at all. I think that's pretty close to it. So I need to add my disclaimer. I don't work for the brands, so take everything that I've said with a grain of salt because this is just assumptions. I'm just trying to give you a picture of the reality. All right. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about resale, and we're going to talk about resale versus time. So before I do that, I'm going to show you the chart that I created this morning, and then we're going to go from there. So here's what I found when I was doing the resale versus time. Like this is between the 21st of January up to the 1st of February, which is today. So you can kind of see that some dummy, probably impulsive buyer, paid $500 for the shoe, and then from then on, it dropped down to like $350 and then quickly stabilized at like $300. So I'm gonna say that the resale value is probably gonna be in the low 300s. So you can expect the shoe to sell between $300 and maybe a little more than $300. Now, to be more sure, what we're gonna do is we're gonna find the resale by size to give you a better accurate information. So let's go and find the resale by size, which is better. So this is the resale by size. You can kind of see what's going on here. Like size 7.5, 11.5, 14, and 15 fetched the highest returns between 329 and 350. That's because these sizes are more likely very hard to come by. 7.5 is not a common size. 11.5 is not the common size. Some stores actually don't even get 11.5. And 14 and 15 are borderline, like that's not like your common foot size. Now, if you can see size 8 between 8 and 11, 12 and 13, those are like consistent with our earlier assumption, which is $300. So you can kind of see what size to aim for. Now I'm going to give you my chart, and I'm going to read off that to give you a better understanding. So we talked about resale versus time, and which I told you earlier. The shoe is probably going to be anywhere in the low 300s. And I say it's important that we checked the sizes, so which we did, and I'll give you the recap on that. So the recap on the sizes: 7.5, 11.5, 14, and 15. Returns is between 326 and 350. Every other size is like $300. Now the shoe retails for $202 after tax if you live in Maryland. So your profit margin based on the size that you get is going to be anywhere between $71 and $115, and the markup is between 35% and 57%. Now there's no question that the shoe is going to sell out like instantly. It's going to sell out. That's not even a question. Now a lot of you guys want to know where to get it, and I'm going to show you where to get it in a second. I've already given you places where you can get it. You can go on my website and click the link in the description, and that's going to take you to the website, and you can click on these to kind of enter the raffle or try your luck. But if you don't want to wait and you just want to get it now, you can get it through eBay via authenticity guaranteed, which I saw there's a lot of people are selling for like 300, which is like the price that I like. Oh, actually somebody has it for 254. So I'll have a link for you in the description that's going to take you straight to this store, because they're going to authenticate it, so you have nothing to lose. So it's not like you should be scared. If you buy it and you get it and it's not authentic, they're going to authenticate it, and they're going to say, hey, this is not authentic, get your money back. So if you want to get it now, I'll have a link for you in the description. And by the way, I wanted to add a couple of things here real quick before we close out. The good news is I've not seen fakes of those Air Jordan 5 Anthracite, which is telling me, like, giving me a good picture. I think Nike has started to like shut down a lot of these sites that are selling fake shoes, because I looked at the fake site that I usually look at, and there is no fakes of the Air Jordan 5 Anthracite just yet. I went through like a bunch of these places, looked to see if I can find any fakes so I can warn you guys, and I've seen nothing. So it's a good sign, because Nike is probably cracking down on a lot of these fake websites. So there is good news. That means for resellers, some shoes prices might go up because there's no fakes on the market. People are going to want to get those authentic, and it's probably going to bump up the price a little bit. So it's a good sign. And also, I wanted to let you guys know, I just did a real versus fake on the Air Jordan 1 University Blue, so you can check that on my website. Be sure to go on the website now and check it out. And I did it on the Jordan 13 Starfish. And by the way, I just got done working on the SB Street Hawker. I've also done a real versus fake on that, so be sure to check that out. Again, guys, please like this video if it helps you guys out, and subscribe to House of Kicks and share it with your friends. It does help when you do that. I truly appreciate it. So please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Again, thanks for watching. This is Ty from House of Kicks, and stay tuned for more stuff.